I don't even know what to talk about at this point.
Whatever's on your shirt, I don't know what that is. I just
Oh,
noticed it.
is Santa's workshop?
Fire.
Um, yeah, Santa's workshop because you got to bust out
The Christmas
you got
gear.
to the Christmas gear for the December month. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here, brand new episode. We got games to talk about. Week 14 to talk about. We got some off the record things to discuss. Maybe a player that didn't want to play, so they got suspended, and we just didn't really talk about it much. Or maybe some NBA players that are potentially falling off. I don't know. We got some things to discuss, Devin. But um, yeah, it's Santa's workshop. You know, um,
Yeah,
the
penguin
polar
on that
bear,
bitch.
penguins and polar bears, which I don't understand why Santa hasn't been canceled yet.
I was
But
about to say I was wondering when Santa was gonna get canceled for having little
well,
sleigh.
yeah, it's like the elves. I mean, it's definitely like got to be a form of slavery,
Somewhat, yeah,
like some type of or just sweatshop and like some type of torture, like some type of
yeah.
like it's
It
definitely
is weird
not.
how like accurately I guess Santa Claus depicts real life.
And what do you mean?
Like a lot of our toys growing up were made in by
Oh. And you
children,
got like the animal cruelty factor.
of course.
And then obviously
Well,
the toxic work environment with Rudolph. Obviously, it's not.
always.
That's never, especially in
Mrs.
2024.
Claus is a whore.
I'm sure. But it's just I don't know. It's something about Santa. And maybe the fact that he's not like a real person. That might be what's not having him canceled yet. But we're
I
close.
mean, at this point, there's really not going to be a whole lot of kids that believe in Santa for long. The second you get on your phone, the first fucking TikTok a 6-year-old watches is why Santa isn't real.
Yeah. Well, kids are also. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say kids are getting smarter, but kids are
No,
definitely
but this
like
is this is the information age. This is
yeah,
when
yeah.
like there's more knowledge to be had.
Like they're gonna figure out real quick, like when they, like I don't know, when
There's a
seven
lot less shit you can hide from a kid nowadays.
like 20 Amazon packages just showed up. Like
Sure,
you're 6 years old, you're probably gonna put that together
of
pretty quick.
course.
Like
Yeah,
that's Christmas.
Comes around all year.
Santa. Yeah. Well, all right, you're right. They might not think about it like that.
Or, I mean, yeah, it's just the age of believing in Santa is going to get a lot younger. They're gonna figure out things young.
Either way, as long as we tell the story of Santa or the the fairy
What
tale,
about Krampus?
we can talk about Krampus another day because I don't know
Sure.
much about bro. But
Me neither.
Santa, I mean, we're pretty close to having non-fictional or fictional characters canceled.
I mean, we've already lost the Land O'Lakes lady, Aunt Jemima. Um, have we lost Uncle Ben yet? Is he still there?
No, nope. He's still in the
Uncle
front of that rice.
Uncle Ben's still there. That's a
He's
weird
still in
one to
that
keep.
rice. You're
Um,
right. You're right. Well, are those technically fictional? I don't know the lore of all
yeah,
the like. I don't know if fucking.
maybe
I don't know. Like
they
I don't
left Miss
know.
Butterworth though. I think.
See, but I don't know if
Or
that's
did they change that? I can't remember.
well, Buttersworth. I could definitely assume that's probably a made up name considering it's Buttersworth.
Yeah,
But
you don't think there was a bunch of white people scheming up Jemima?
unfortunately, that's probably what like got it. I don't know the story of the cancellation behind that. But
Neither
no,
do
I mean
I.
it's
But
probably
it was nice to see that the Land O'Lakes they got rid of the native person and put in just a white circle. I mean, that's what they did with everything. They just started putting white
well. I mean,
in
yeah. I
place of
mean,
them.
that's what they did to your team. They stripped you of your entire.
Stripped us down and threw a W in front of
I
us.
went
But
from a Redskin to a football team.
I'm not that type of Indian, but that would be cool. If I was a fan, I could be like, yo, put him back, put him back on there. I can't say that though.
If you were Native American, you
If I
would,
were, yes,
you would be able, you'd be able to say whatever you want. But I don't know because the Native Americans say they don't give a shit about that. So
some do, some
that's a
don't.
that's a
They
whole.
they they leave Florida State. They leave the Braves, and bunch of other teams and shit. Who knows?
Chiefs. I mean, all things like that. But
You see
Guardians.
that new WNBA logo?
Mm.
Just kidding. No one cares. But yeah, Thursday night football happened.
Thursday night football happened. Do
No,
you
I,
want
I
to talk?
literally got like an ESPN alert about a WNBA expansion team. I
Oh,
don't
there's
care.
a WNBA expansion team.
In Toronto. It's like I don't give a fuck.
Do you know what's confusing me?
What?
And like this isn't even the point I wanted to like talk about, but like I guess Angel Reese got fined, and I think Lonzo Ball like paid for it or something. Hold your feelings on that. Whatever. Those feelings aside, how can a company that's like $50 million in debt have the right
To find people.
to fine people that make more money than the league?
No, I
Like
mean
in
it's
reality,
well,
Angel Reese.
it's a subsidy of the NBA, and it's meant to be a money losing operation.
Sure, but I'm saying like Angel Reese is like bringing in more money than the WNBA, and
Yes,
and
by a
I
lot.
just feel like it's almost like you can't really find like when you're
Well,
in that.
they've done is attack their star players
Yeah,
for like every WNBA player hates the guts out of Caitlin Clark and Andrew. Like I get the competition part, but that's not what this is about. This is about growing the sport that no one watches.
I think it's more fans if anything, but I mean if it makes people watch, it makes people watch.
I know, but they all have this beef with these young people, and I get it. But like, these are the reason anyone is watching this. Those
Mm.
few people that are
Oh, you mean these vets? These
these
vets hating?
vets.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah. No,
vet hate is absurd.
the vets are definitely hating crazy, but whatever. I just thought it was a little crazy that a
They're
team that's
finding
or
people.
a league that's that broke is just able to hand out fines to
Well, they're not necessarily broke. They're not
no,
playing with
they're
their own
like
money.
no, they are broke. They are broke. This is like if you gave a homeless person a bunch of money and they still like just lived on the street and asked for change every day. It's like or like blew it all, I guess. Like I don't know. I mean, it's like no, like they're $50 million in debt. They're $50 million in the hole.
Yeah.
No, it's broke.
No, agreed.
It's
But
broke.
they're not playing with their own money. Like this is NBA money that they're playing with.
Yeah, but what it, I don't. But like how is that a good thing though? Like you're
It's
saying
not.
that like it's like that's not like that's like if I don't know. It's like if I give you money to
Yeah.
go bet on something and I got like faith in
Yeah.
you. I got like hella faith in you.
It
like
would no. You have no faith.
to win all right, maybe they don't have faith. I don't
Yeah.
know. The NBA can they might.
Well. The thing about this year in particular is that they spent a lot more on advertisement and shit than they had in previous years.
Well,
They tried to spend a lot more to grow the game, to make it bigger.
well, yeah. I mean, this was the best chance they're ever gonna get it advertising their players.
And
So.
I'm not sure it's gonna get any better.
Enough people watch. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
enough people. I'm saying they're getting enough like attention. Like I'm saying, last year, it got they got more exposure. Next year, they'll probably get more exposure.
All
But
I'm saying is it's getting harder and harder for me to watch the NBA. So I'm definitely not gonna watch the other basketball.
look, I like 82 games. We talked about it earlier. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. But as a fan, it is definitely harder to enjoy when I don't know. It's like sometimes I watch a game and I'll sit there and I'll really just and I know it's like obvious, but then I'll just think to myself like, wow, like
What a wonderful world. No,
this game does not matter at all.
no.
Like this game does not matter at all. Like this
And
is
even
irrelevant.
when even on Tuesdays and Fridays when they're like, this game matters, it's like it doesn't fucking matter.
So it's like okay, so a game on a Tuesday night on November night
On a neon court.
on a November night on a briny
A what?
a shiny bright
Okay.
court.
A
It's
briny
like
shite court.
the only thing I'm really doing is like hoping like I don't know a player doesn't get hurt.
Yeah,
Like is like 40-year-old LeBron doesn't roll his fucking ankle. I don't know. Like I just
yeah.
like I don't know. It's definitely more of the regular season for the NBA is definitely a lot of more discussion than like I guess
It's all hypothetical, and I mean, we get that in the NFL season for a few weeks or until a team plays a decent team, but in the NBA, it's truly like until you hit like right around playoff
the
time.
second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, you're having hypothetical conversations about the game. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's too many games, but again, I think it's like we need rivalry. We need like
Easily
proximity based fans.
just run series. Well, I mean, you can't make the fans, you can't force the fans that don't care to hate another team to hate another team.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is like the fans in Washington. Like there's not a lot of Wizards fans in Washington to begin or in the DMV
But like,
area.
what do you think would make Washington fans more excited to watch regular season basketball? In terms of just messing with the
Well,
schedule.
I think the NBA in general might need to spread some love.
What in terms of exposure? In terms of
In terms of talent throughout the league.
well, I don't know if that's in
But
the
not
NBA's
not
hands.
not spread the love now, but minimize the movement of certain players.
Oh, well, that'll never happen. This is a
All right.
player-driven league.
But that's what needs to change. It needs to not be a player-driven league because when you have a finals where it's Bucks and Suns, no one gives a flying fuck because it doesn't matter legacy-wise what Giannis does or what Chris Paul does or what Devin Booker does.
But no. But the only thing that really matters in a finals like that is the players, like the conversations about Giannis, the conversations about Damian Lillard. Like it's like no, they're gonna want to just talk about. Like you're right, they don't like it's not like it's I don't know. I feel like there's at this point, if the Bucks make the playoffs or make the finals, there's going to be more excitement and hype coming from just plain Giannis fans than Milwaukee Bucks fans
Yeah, but no, exactly. Where it's like
or Damian Lillard fans.
maybe we develop, and this would take a long time, but develop through series and other things, fans that are from Milwaukee.
Yeah, but
Because
I don't know.
there's a lot of KD fans in the DMV area. There's a lot of fucking Harden fans in LA or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but there's a lot of like different shit going on.
Yeah, but
LeBron
see, I
fans
mean, you just
cover
named
the
three
nation.
players that if you're saying how long this seems, it sounds like it's going to take to make this like an actual
15 years.
reality. It's like none of those players are going to be in the league besides
I know,
LeBron.
but no, I mean the way the NBA now, at least the younger guys, they've
Oh, hold on, before somebody comments like, "Ooh, I was joking." Obviously, LeBron's not going to be in the NFL or in the NBA 15 years from now. Go ahead.
yeah, he is.
He might be.
They're gonna wheel his ass out there. Oh, you think he could like get AI legs? Shit,
I mean, they're no,
get robot legs,
no. I'm not even going
robot Braun.
into that
Um,
hypothetical.
but no, like I don't even know what I was saying. Um,
Something about rivalries in NBA, but do you want to should we get into this Thursday night football game?
yes,
All
the
right.
sport we care about.
So, Lions, Packers. There's one big thing that, we just need to stamp this on like the like official NFL like rule book or just like take I'd say more like just just facts, just like an NFL book of facts.
Hmm.
Um, right now, like the number one entry has to be that Dan Campbell is the best coach in the NFL.
Right now, yes,
Well, I mean, right now, yesterday, the day
sure,
before, when I woke up,
yes,
2 months ago, possibly last season.
yeah,
But he is the best coach in the
yeah,
NFL.
yeah,
Now, and this is not to take anything away from him. I think that there's a lot of factors that come into what is making him the best coach in the NFL today.
Yeah.
Like you got somebody like Mike Tomlin
Hmm.
who could be considered the best coach for his consistency in making the playoffs and able to make situations that some people downplay and not being as successful as it turned out to be under Mike Tomlin's control. But then you got to also look at that as why is just making the playoffs okay? Expectations.
Yeah.
You put these expectations on the Detroit Lions going into this season, and they are executing. They
Yes.
are what 11-1. They're 11. They're
11
12
and
and
1.
11-1 right now.
12 and 1.
And
12
are
and 1.
what are they? Did they? I believe they went up to
12
12
and 1.
and 1, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Sitting at 12-1 now, it's like so you got to look at expectations, right? You got to look at what these people are asking out of you, your team, and how much they are putting on the coach. There are certain teams that they give a lot of credit to to this coach, and usually
Hmm.
it's either a coach who is known for their schemes and history of helping. Like look at like a bro who's gonna be Chicago's coach next season. Uh,
Kingsbury.
yes, if you look at Cliff Kingsbury, it's like he's not this crying at the podium motivational guys or
Sure.
maybe instead of ballsy he's more scheme
Yeah.
oriented.
Yeah.
Like he's just cut from a different cloth, or like a Kyle Shanahan. It's like you
Yeah.
got these different types of coaches who have maybe the same level of talent. Like
Hmm.
obviously Shanahan is he's at a plethora of talent at his disposal, but
For sure.
that's another thing. It's like when you add all that up, the talent that's on this Detroit Lions team, the expectations that they had for this Detroit Lions team, the ballsy calls that the balls Dan Campbell has
Yeah.
during these games, and the discipline that this team has to execute these
Yeah.
fourth
Exactly.
downs.
Like a ballsy call is not looked at as ballsy if it's not executed. Like
Ballsy.
if they're not making what 4 or 5 fourth downs or 5 or 6 or whatever, it's
Mhm.
stupidity. It's
I would say more than 50% of the time, ballsy is usually not used in a positive way.
well, no, I mean, I think it is positive, but it's like if you make the same ballsy call both sides, it's no longer ballsy. It's fucking jackassery.
Let me rephrase that because yeah, you're right. A lot of people do use that as a compliment, but
Yeah,
what I mean is like if you took like okay, a
yeah,
lot of the things that I have a lot of problems with certain decisions the Baltimore Ravens make that you
yeah.
could say are ballsy,
Are
but
ballsy
you
calls,
don't
but
really call it ballsy if they don't execute.
or
You
if
call it
or if
stupid.
the whole time you're saying don't fucking do it, don't do it. Like in the Lions situation, I kind of was saying maybe don't fucking do it because
Mhm.
sure, you have a guaranteed field goal. Essentially, it was what 38 yards. You're giving Jordan Love the ball with what 40 or so, 35 seconds maybe.
Zero timeouts.
Like it is tough to trust that defense, but they also weren't
Is
slinging
it?
the ball like crazy.
What?
Like the run game was the one that was tearing them up. It wasn't their 30-second offense.
I'll say that man Jordan Love was delivering some balls. But you want to talk about someone that's ballsy, someone that puts the ball in the air for that it because there were a lot of comparisons in Jordan Love's accuracy to Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and it's like yeah, a lot of those throws are either ballsy or really stupid. Depends
Yeah,
on the outcome of the throw. But
like Aaron was ballsy and didn't throw a lot of picks.
but
Brett threw 6,000.
think about it like this: is there a world where Caleb Williams calls an audible at the line, drops back, delivers a fucking touchdown on Thanksgiving, and the coach and Eberfluss is sitting there like, Yep, that was the plan. I put the game in Caleb Williams' hands, and
For sure.
I let him execute. Would that
For
not
sure.
be considered? Would that not have been a ballsy move?
If Caleb did it, yeah.
Well, no. I'm saying if the coach decided like 30 seconds, no timeout, I'm letting Caleb decide. Like, all right, like if you gonna be
That is
this if you gonna be this superstar in the league and be the next guy, here you go. You gonna call the timeout? You gonna make the
I
adjustments at
mean
the line? Like,
he
what are you
should
gonna
have
do,
left it
Caleb?
in his hands because seemingly the Bears game plan in that game or in the final seconds of that game was not to take a timeout. But that was before Caleb got sacked. Once he got sacked, now you're rushing and doing all this shit. But no, if you just put the ball in Caleb's hands, once you get sacked, you're dropping that timeout immediately.
But the Bears being able to execute in an alternate universe. There's a chance you're calling it ballsy. You're
Sure.
talking about how ballsy the Bears are, but I mean,
Eberflus
it's
is
just
not that guy.
it's Dan Campbell making the right decisions that happen to be ballsy,
Yeah,
and they are executing at a very high level. That he's using this roster to, because that's the thing. You can say it's like, oh, he has a great team, but he is using them to their absolute maximum ability.
for sure.
I mean,
All of it.
he's not wasting a roster spot.
No.
So I mean,
But at the same time, like that fourth down call, yes, it sealed the game for them, but
I think
they
they were
would
winning
they
at
would
that
have
point.
been they would have been more than fine kicking that field goal.
Had they not went for it, kicked that field goal, it's it's still probably a win for Detroit. But at the same
But
time,
it's Green Bay with 30 seconds left and no timeouts.
but do you know what? I mean, this is also a message.
Yeah, but is this gonna continue? Like if he gets to the last play in the NFC Championship and it's tied and they don't get this, now what? Now he's some jackass who's trying to who wants to run it every time on fourth down.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
no, his
okay,
fourth
what
down
if?
percentage is high, but it's like if you got a chance to take the lead, trust your defense.
But I'm saying with that logic, it's like, what if Marshawn gets tackled at the goal line in the Super
Agreed.
Bowl? Like, what if he doesn't?
But no,
What if
I
Russ throws a touchdown? That was pretty ballsy, Pete Carroll. It's like you got like it's
yes,
ballsy is a. That's why I was saying
but
like ballsy isn't always a compliment. It's just it's never it's more used as a compliment.
yes, but regardless, I understand using the fourth down plays when necessary.
Mm.
But yes, this was more of a message like we're not kicking it regardless, which is like I get it, or we don't want to leave you any time on the clock or whatever, but I think it's also a message if they just kicked it and trusted their defense.
Yeah, it would be
Like
nice, but
I think because that call worked out, it's awesome. But if that doesn't work out, then
and
all hell breaks loose on Dan Campbell.
another thing that Dan Campbell has is, I mean, and yeah, you can say this about certain teams, but when you do lose the locker room,
Yeah,
it turns into an absolute shit show, and it's
you're
pretty
done.
much a guarantee you're going to get fired as soon as the team gets a chance to fire you.
Of course.
This team is so like ride or die for Dan Campbell. You would think it's like a Disney movie.
Yeah, no.
Like
This is like yeah.
they're like no, like they are absolutely 100% backing up anything Dan Campbell does
But
or
again, it's
says.
like if things do go bad.
But what is going bad? Not making the Super Bowl. It's like
No, no, no.
they had a 12-1 year.
No,
Like
no, I know. But like I'm
could have
saying
been.
like down the road, I know they ride for him, but it's like still an NFL coach. This is still the NFL. This is still a Detroit team that's never won a Super Bowl or even been to one. Um, but regardless of that, it's like I don't want to keep going back to the play, but they missed the fourth down. Now you give Green Bay the ball with 30 seconds at the 40 instead of
More like okay, you're give or take.
wherever it was,
I mean,
30.
they definitely weren't going to line up for a 57-yarder. They were closer than
Very
that.
true. So whatever, but I don't know. I get the push or whatever, but Dan Campbell has his locker room tidy as shit. But again, I don't know.
And don't get it confused. Green Bay. We've been on the fence about Green Bay.
We were on the fence about Green Bay for sure. This was a competition. This was nice.
Like
This was good to see from Green Bay.
they're making the playoffs. They
Yeah,
have a they there's a very high chance that they see each other a third time.
yeah.
And you know what?
And I think Green Bay's defense played good for the amount of weapons that the Lions had going. Like they had 6 dudes out there at any given time to throw the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
They're missing Jair, and now I know that the Lions defense was down a bunch of guys or whatever. The Lions team in general was down a bunch of guys, but
Like
either way,
imagine if Aiden Hutchinson's playing.
true.
Like
It's a different ball
imagine
game.
this. Like it's such a
Darius
different
had a
world.
Darius had a sack or two.
Yeah, I mean he's doing enough.
Yeah,
He's
he's
doing
doing
enough
well.
to be the replacement, but I
But,
mean,
I mean, if I'm Green Bay, it's not a win, but it's a good sign.
but this is the same way. It's like if I'm from Detroit, like the way I was talking about Cincinnati as a Ravens fan, it's like that's the team I do not want to see
Nobody
in
wants
the
to see that team,
playoffs.
though. No,
But I'm saying,
fuck no.
especially like as a division rival, it's like, and y'all already got 2 on them.
Yeah,
They are coming in. It's like we are winning this game, or we are not making it home tonight.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we are not losing this football game. So
yeah.
I'll be rooting for any team playing Minnesota in the playoffs if I was or any team playing Green Bay if I was a Detroit fan.
Yeah, no, yeah. Green Bay is gonna be scary. I mean, receiver room isn't the greatest, but they step up. But no, Josh Jacobs looked great.
Christian
Um,
Watson, but Jordan Love, like I said, was delivering some
he
ball.
was.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
he.
think he threw a pick, no? Did he?
Beautiful question. My memory is awful.
Either way,
Either
great
way,
game. Like
it's a
I
beautiful
thought
game.
early the game would start to slip with how quickly um, Detroit was able to put up points, but they answered. They kept answering.
Mm-hmm.
But
But and there got to a point where I was like, damn, like is Detroit
I
gonna
know.
do it? Is Detroit gonna
That's
keep?
what I'm saying.
It's like because it
It's
got to
like
the point
it's like
where
who's being tested right now? Is it
yeah,
Detroit or is it Green
that's
Bay?
and I will say the one because we gave Detroit a lot of praise
Yeah,
going into that game when if or leaving this game going who was testing who that says a lot more
yeah.
about how
Because we
good
thought this was going to be like a huge test for this Packers team. But
yeah and they
they
passed.
look like they can hold.
They passed. It wasn't
Yeah,
100%. It wasn't 100%.
no,
But they definitely got a passing grade.
yeah.
All right. Okay. But Detroit they're getting that first. They're getting that bye week. I will say at this point it is a disappointment if they don't make the playoffs or make
Who?
the Super Bowl. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
Super
No,
Bowl.
sure.
If they do not make the Super Bowl, I would say it.
I mean, there were early predictions of the Packers making the Super Bowl, so we'll see. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but there's like
those two definitely look like top NFC teams right now.
but they're the only contender in the NFL that I think it's like no, it would be an actual disappointment if they
Yeah,
do not make the Super Bowl.
yeah,
Like the only way they can walk out of this season with like now I'm not gonna say with their heads held high because obviously they're gonna be happy regardless with how good they're gonna be going in the next season.
yeah.
But if they go into the playoffs without losing another game, it's like okay, so
Lock the fuck in.
y'all are going to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, right?
If we see a 16-1 team,
We might see two 16 and
we
one
might
teams
see a
in the
few.
Super Bowl.
Actually,
So
we might see some 15 wins. We might see some
yeah,
16.
yeah. I was gonna say we might have some crazy records by the end of this year. But all right,
We're gonna see a bunch at the top and a bunch at the bottom.
um, speaking of crazy records, let's predict these games. We got week 14.
The Bachler big bookies.
6 teams on a bye week. Who do we got on a bye week? We got Baltimore, Denver, Houston, Indianapolis, New
I
England,
don't like this bye week shit, dude.
and Washington.
It's fucking up my
So,
fantasy shit, bro. I don't fuck with it.
yeah, no, it's definitely affected my fantasy a little bit. But both of our teams are on a bye this week. So definitely sucks a little fun and joy out of
Oh, we
that.
are. Y'all have the same bias. That's weird.
But I do like the late buy. I do. I like it.
I don't mind it. I
But
would have
we've been
liked
able.
maybe a few weeks earlier, but
I say, especially for the Ravens, like
yeah,
we've
y'all
stayed
needed that.
healthy.
Yeah,
We've been able to stay healthy.
maybe.
Like
Yes.
typically we're going into the bye week like we need it, and like
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
like
Y'all have
hopefully
beat the
get a
shit.
player back.
Yeah.
It's like no, like
Really coming in this bye week, y'all have time to try out a new kicker.
just simply look at the when I talk about like how much better they're doing, or just how much better and just how much lucky they are this year with injuries.
Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell was relied on last season,
Yeah.
and now he's healthy, and we still have no
Don't need
reason
him.
to play him. Like
No.
we don't need to.
Not yet. No.
All right, first game. Kirk Cousins returning home to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Falcons, Vikings.
I mean, it's annoying because it's like we still don't look at the Vikings like they're meant to be where they are. But I definitely don't think that Atlanta is any good. They might be worth their 6-6 record, but
At this point, I'm definitely putting Green Bay over Minnesota.
yeah.
Or yeah, over Minnesota. Um,
And I think we've known that, but it's like I think I had them on a similar tier for a while, but Green Bay is definitely going to prove down the road that they're much better.
I do think they are better comp at the end of the day, but Falcons are on an absolute downward spiral.
Yeah.
Like I sure Kirk is returning to Minnesota, but to be honest with you, I don't think he really cares that much.
I don't think Minnesota fans really care. Like their best moment came when Case Keenum was the quarterback.
Oh, but the NFL is gonna push it like it's
Of course.
the announcer. I'm telling you, whoever's commentating this game every 5 minutes, Kirk Cousins in his in his old home,
Yep.
or returning home
Spent
to
6 seasons here and has nothing to show for it except for a torn Achilles.
no, he did not throw that ball in the Minnesota Miracle.
Nope. That was
Case
Case Keenum.
Keenum, yeah, not Kirk Cousins, but either way,
He was the reason that Stephon Diggs left this football organization.
that is very true. But I mean, if that's the case, then Josh Allen's the reason
Yeah.
that he left Buffalo. But
I think Stephon might be the reason that he left those places.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm taking Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
There's really not much more to talk about or discuss for that. Carolina versus Philly.
I'm still thinking about Atlanta.
Atlanta doing what?
I'm not.
Oh, you're still considering Atlanta.
For a second, I
I
was.
thought you already locked your answer in for
No,
Minnesota.
no, I hadn't.
Go ahead. What you thinking?
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna try to think about like matchups, but that offense has nothing going for them. They've shown nothing. So,
No, I mean
um,
they're just I mean they're playing worse and worse and worse. I mean it's just
I mean, they can win the game, but
they can like yeah there's
that
a
offense needs to fucking score, and I don't think they have that ability yet.
but so you're going Minnesota?
Minnesota.
All right, you're going Minnesota. So Carolina versus Philly. 13.5 point favorite
Damn.
for underdogs for the Panthers. Um, I mean, I guess it would be cool to just see like the potential, like I guess, hope, like the potential in like the future of the Panthers and what they could
Yeah.
possibly do.
Honestly, I'd rather them stop trying to compete.
And
Like go pick up a fucking O lineman or something
just make sure they get a really good draft pick.
real early. Like it's cool that they're able to compete with a few of these teams now. For my sake and the sake of my team, Washington, it would be nice
Oh
if
yeah, I'm sure it would be.
Carolina did what y'all did to Ole Miss or whatever. That'd be nice. But
What Florida did to Ole Miss.
yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Boo.
And I don't actually, I don't think it's possible.
No,
I think
neither do
Philly's 100,000% winning this game. They could say, "Hey, we're giving the ball to Saquon every
I. Yep.
play," and
Yep.
they'd probably
Yep.
still end up winning.
That's cool.
So,
Watch this.
Philly, all day.
Yeah.
Cleveland versus Pittsburgh.
What sucks is that I didn't do it last game, which because I knew coming into this game that I was going to do it, and going into last game I knew I was going to pick the Browns, and somehow I didn't.
So maybe if the Jameis factor is very, very, very still alive, I get blessed by having him play Pittsburgh on a good Jameis week twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sorry to keep putting down our own theory.
And I'm fine with that.
There's no way.
Like I didn't trust it.
There's no way
Apparently.
Jameis is going into Pittsburgh and Cleveland. No.
Cleveland
No,
usually doesn't. They split a lot of divisional series.
it'd be great. For my sake, it'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way. The Steelers are winning the North. This is a game where they're going to make sure they do.
Yeah.
They're winning this football game.
Yeah.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Now, I'm going to take Pittsburgh. Now, can I do this? If the Browns are up 38-0 at halftime, can I flip?
Fuck no.
Damn it, dude.
What kind of world? What world are we living in right now? But if he does end up winning, I don't think I can pick against the Jameis factor anymore.
No. I mean, I do want to leave out an option for a pregame flip flop if I need it.
Pregame flip, depending on how good the speech is.
If I get a little queasy feeling in my insides, it sounds.
I mean, I will say his pregame speech before Pittsburgh was better than before Denver,
for sure.
So if he gives one of them holy speeches, then I mean, shit, they might pull it off.
If I get hyped up listening to him, I might have to. Yeah,
might have to. Jacksonville versus Tennessee.
What in the poverty? Mac Jones, baby.
Mac Jones versus Will Levis.
I honestly, I think I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I think Mac Jones. It's like I don't really care who wins, and either team could win this game, but I want to see Mac Jones try to take advantage of this opportunity and play decent at least, and maybe win a few football games down the road because Trev's done, right?
Yeah, Trevor's out for the season. Getting shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which it makes you think. It's like, why not do that earlier? Why wait till he gets concussed and is now on IR?
I mean, maybe
salvage the season earlier.
Maybe I'm just stretching, or maybe I'm just making a stretch. But what if he banged his shoulder up on that play?
What, when he went full lockjaw on everybody?
I mean, he did get lit up.
He did.
There's very good potential, like when his.
It was more so just like a.
Well, I'm just saying, like he was out, so like he could have easily fell on his shoulder or tweaked his shoulder even more. But I mean, considering, no, I'd say more so. I mean, yeah, why do it now? I mean, well, because they were.
Well, he has to be out now, and it was probably a surgery that they could delay, but
And they're
now
two
that
and
he's
10. They're 2-10, bro.
agreed, but it's like I don't know.
Well, I'm saying like I'm saying with that logic, it's like if he was fully healthy, then they should have pulled him because
Yeah.
you should stop. But no, not yet.
Wait, no, if he was fully healthy.
If he was fully healthy,
No, the problem was that he wasn't fully healthy.
well, I think I mean, his
It's like
shoulder was
you know, I'm not trying to hype up Mac Jones, but you got a relatively decent backup quarterback.
when Trevor Lawrence returned, there were still playoff chances
True.
that with an injury that he obviously was going to be able to play through.
Yeah.
Now you're at a point where you're 2-10. You just got put on IR or well, I don't know if the concussion put him on IR, I think or did they just
I
put him
think it
out.
did, or I'm not sure. They threw him on our
Either
2 days
way, it's like, all
ago.
right, you're 2-10. You just had a nasty concussion. You need this shoulder surgery. Get it now.
Do it now.
Rehab. You're
Yeah,
rehabbing
rehab
for this.
earlier.
I mean,
Agreed.
shit. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth
Yeah,
it.
for sure. It was probably inevitable, but yeah. Yeah, maybe Mac can salvage something.
That's cool. Give me Mayo, man. Will Levis, Tennessee Titans.
Gross.
Give me,
Disgusting.
give me Tennessee Titans. This is the Gated Community Bowl.
I don't know what that means.
Just two white,
Two gated community white boys drinking mayonnaise straight from the spoon. Mayo munching, macaroni and cheese
Mayo
eating white
munching.
boys.
People always ask why Mason Rudolph looks like that. He's storing mayonnaise in his face.
He is.
In his fucking
In his
face.
cheeks.
He's got mayonnaise
He's
in
a
there.
mayo chipmunk,
Like a
dude.
southern man with dip.
Mm-hmm.
Just pack a lip of mayo.
You think you could? Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, it'd be disgusting.
He'd probably have a nice...
Imagine talking to a dude and just a bunch of mayo pours out of his mouth. Or he just starts spitting mayo. That was P. Diddy. Never mind.
That was pretty gross. But
that was the diddler.
Who you going with?
Jacksonville.
Why? They suck.
So do the fucking Titans.
But like Jacksonville sucks.
No, I know, but I think that again, Mac Jones has something to prove, and maybe Doug Peterson wants to keep his job. Maybe.
That's
Probably
cool.
not. If I was Doug, I would have retired after the Super Bowl.
I mean, wanting to keep your job and yeah, he can keep his job all he wants, but it's not really in his hands.
I would hope it is.
At this point,
NFL coach. No, agreed. Yeah, being 2-10.
With just being 2-10, but you can use the injury excuse.
But here's the thing: if they just took Trev out and gave him the surgery week 6, then it's like your quarterback who you're paying $55 million a year is done. You got Mac Jones who sucks.
But he can also say, "Hey, I just spent a whole season with a banged up $55 million quarterback."
True.
Y'all gonna have to give me another year to figure this shit out.
Either way, I think we've talked way too much about this shit dick game.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. And
aren't they both 2-10, or are the Titans 3-10?
2-10, 3-9. Al-Shaair suspended
3 games.
Literally the day after we recorded last episode.
And that was like the big fucking thing. Everyone's already talked about it 18 times. Everyone's already come out and said that it's too long of a suspension. It's not right. All this shit.
You don't think it's? What do you think about it?
Well, every fucking defensive player on the internet goes, it's too fucking long, blah fucking blah. I don't know. I don't remember like certain suspensions for these same type of plays. So I don't know what the precedent is with this, but I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to call this situation rare, but like there's not many. I mean, off the top of your head, just quarterback slide and getting knocked the fuck out.
There's a few.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, not recently. I mean, you got
where it was this dramatic and
Bridgewater, Flacco. I mean, I would have to look up the guys who hit them.
Kiko, all right, here. Let me pull up Kiko, Alonso.
Well, there was also a fight after
that. Flacco hit suspension. Yeah, but you can fight like that all you want, and you're playing the week after. There's no question. I'm not gonna lie. The NFL did not suspend Kiko Alonso.
Okay.
So this.
What about? I'm trying. I know there were others.
Okay, so this
Tua
was.
did it to himself.
So this is an awful suspension.
It's horrendous.
So they're using him. They're using him
This is
as
an
an
example.
example.
So this is their way to stop these type of hits. But I was going back and I saw a few clips of Josh Allen and Mahomes not only like doing that whole fake sideline bullshit, but fake sliding and shit. You see, Caleb Williams tried that
I did not see that.
against the Lions.
Uh-uh.
There's a video of Caleb running out of bounds, and he like tries to. He's literally booking it out of bounds diagonally, and tries to stop, and just gets his knees folded in on himself.
This is really interesting that he got a 3-game suspension. Like I'm just curious. Like I want to just compare.
Who else got a 3-game suspension?
Like
Von Miller, maybe, for beating a pregnant woman.
um. So okay. So all right. Like they indefinitely suspended Miles Garrett. I'm gonna make sure that he.
Well, that
Well, no,
is
I'm saying like I'm gonna make sure I'm seeing where the
well. So that was, if I remember correctly, that was a late season game, late in the season.
November 2019. Yeah.
So they suspended him for the rest of the year,
And then was reinstated.
which was like 6 games.
Was reinstated the well it was mid-November, so I mean there was some football left to be played.
I think it was like 6, maybe 7 games. I think it
Either
was 6.
way, either way, I'm curious. Just like so, you're Miles Garrett and you almost kill somebody with a helmet, then you'll get suspended for the rest of the year indefinitely. If you are Kiko Alonso and you don't knock a quarterback out, you you know
He
don't
was
get
basically knocked
you
out.
don't get suspended at all.
He was spitting.
If you're Alshire and you knock Trevor Lawrence out, you get suspended for 3 games. And if you smoked weed in 2006 like Ricky Williams, you get suspended for the entire year.
The whole year. If you're Calvin Ridley and you gamble on an NFL game, you're going for a year.
If you're Josh Gordon, your career gets ruined.
Yep.
If you're Martavius Bryant, your career gets ruined.
Your career's ruined.
I don't get it. I don't really understand. Yeah, no, I don't. Oh, I get it. I mean, he's an example, but it's very, very hypocritical.
There needs to be an NFL court. I guess you can appeal shit.
I was gonna
whatever.
say you can appeal.
You can appeal, but
it's like
how often do appeals work, especially on suspensions?
But I'm saying you appeal for a 3-game suspension. Say it takes 2 weeks.
They give you exactly.
They're like, all right,
it's still a 2-game suspension.
They're like, all right, we approve the appeal, and you
now during a suspension like this, you're not allowed to practice or anything, right?
I don't believe so, but it's like you're taking 3 checks from the man. Like,
yeah,
I don't think, like, okay, like, no matter what, like, oh, I don't like him. He did that. It's like doesn't mean he shouldn't get paid for an entire month.
Yeah,
like this is a sport. This is it's almost like and I mean it's like a, in a boxing match and you one illegal punch thrown, it's like what, you're not gonna get your purse now. It's like what are we doing? It's like,
well, I mean, no, you get paid.
You're getting paid.
You get a point taken or whatever the fuck, but you're getting.
That's what
paid.
I'm saying. Like, you're gonna get a point taken. I mean, you might get a flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get a flag. You could honestly, you can throw them out for that game. Yeah,
throw them out of the game. Like, this is now a 4-game suspension. I don't remember when in the game that hit. It was what, second quarter?
Pretty early, yeah. It was
second quarter.
I want to say it was first half for sure.
Yeah, I know. This is now it's a 3.5-game suspension. It's too much. I mean, it's a bang football play. Yes, preventable, whatever. But like, it's not like a. But it's not an outside of football, like hitting someone with a helmet type of
Yes,
move.
yes. It's not something like
Like it's
that.
within the realm of playing football. Like there's a lot of things that happen on an NFL field where guys don't get flagged for it and they just get fined after the game. That would be like if you didn't kick someone out of a game or you didn't throw a flag on a play and then you suspend them for 3 games after a punch thrown or something stupid.
So you're going with Jacksonville?
Yeah, I
All
don't know.
right.
I don't really care about that game.
Vegas versus Tampa Bay. Well, I told you it was gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Tampa Bay is gonna take a hold of the North or the
South.
South right here. Excuse me, the South, the opposite of the North. They're gonna take a hold of the South right here, and well, I mean, yeah, like I said, they'll be 7-6, and the
How you do that shit?
boys in Atlanta are gonna be 6-7. What, cross your heart?
I don't know how to do
What are
that
you
thing.
trying to do? I don't know. It's
North, north, south, east, west.
oh, I thought you were trying to cross your heart.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to
Because
do that either.
I was gonna say at this point, I mean, all I know is that Tucker does that before he kicks a football.
Yeah, I think it's north,
Um,
south, west, east,
I don't
east,
know.
west.
I don't know. Well, maybe the first 10 years of Tucker's career, he was like giving a shout out to God, and
Yeah,
this year he's just praising the devil. Like
yeah.
everything, he's like, "Yo, shout out to bro,"
Shout out.
and he
What's his
sold
name?
it. And he sold his
Hades.
soul. Um,
I doubt it. I don't know,
I
but
don't.
it's like make a change. I mean, you don't have to fucking cut him or whatever, but
You
I mean,
could
put him on the practice squad for a week. Try
no
something out, dude.
cut him,
But try do something,
cut him.
or at the least. All right, before cutting, at the least they should have already done this. Make him fear for him losing his job. Instead, they've
He's
come out
Justin
immediately
Tucker.
after. But they come out immediately after and they go, "It's not a chance we're even thinking about moving him." It's like, no, we're gonna look at options. Say that, keep him, but say we're gonna look at options.
All right, but let's take a second and really talk about like how the human brain actually works in reality.
I've got no idea.
No, but hear me out. You'll get where I'm going with this. What do you think is the best thing for Justin Tucker moving forward for this, like for the remainder of this season?
Fear.
Is that really what you is that's what you want your kicker to feel for the rest of the season?
Well, it's
Fear?
different than what he's feeling now.
I don't want him to be.
I mean, it
I
hasn't
don't
helped.
want.
Whatever's
Look,
happening
look.
now hasn't helped.
I'm saying fear is I'm saying fear. Then now we're talking. It's like, okay, now my kicker is still uncomfortable.
Yeah, but
I
maybe
don't
it's a
want
good
my kick. I
uncomfortable.
want my no. I want my kicker comfortable.
Well, right now he's too comfortable. He's too comfortable missing field goals.
That's now. Here's the thing. I don't, and this goes for any player in any situation. We can't like for sure say like I'm sure he's not okay with missing all those field goals.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So he's probably not comfortable with it. But
Of course.
I'm saying like every single year Harbaugh brings in a kicker during the offseason to battle with Tucker and just to keep Tucker on his toes to just to stay
Didn't
ahead
know
of
that, but that makes sense.
to stay ahead of the curve. I feel like when you get into this point of your career where it's like, here comes in the kicker, I gotta outkick. It's like Tucker could probably kick like shit all off season. They're like, hey, Jake Scott, thanks for practicing with us, but you're out of here.
You're going,
I mean,
bucko. Yeah.
so yes, no, he does need to. I would say in the most PG way. It's like no, he needs to be like motivated. Like if
Yeah.
anything, like he needs to feel like it's like he needs to understand that he is in a situation where he can just win us games. That's literally all it is. Like, and obviously that's like very simple. But what I mean is like, no, like you are great. You are the GOAT. Like, and this team is so good that all we need you to do is to do what you've been doing
Your
your
whole career.
entire career.
Yeah.
And if he,
but at the very least, make a fucking extra point. Make one.
but I'm saying like this I will say like the excuse route, oh maybe it's the holder, maybe it's this, he's just in his head. It's like no, it's like Aaron Rodgers looking for someone to blame or something to blame every week is
Yeah.
the reason they're in this hole that they're in now. But
Aaron, the whole every time. Again, like I don't know if it's a bad thing to hold everyone accountable, but it's like when you're like, yeah, there's 11 guys out here, like there's shit to work. Like no, there is shit to work on, but I don't know. Anyway,
not everything Aaron Rodgers says I disagree with. Like when he said like, yeah, no, there's 11 players on the field.
yeah,
Sometimes it's my fault. Like I don't think him saying that week 13 is him admitting that what he said about Mike Williams week 3 is wrong or that he didn't feel like part of the reason was, for them losing was him or was his fault. Like just
yeah.
cuz he didn't say that week and said it this week, I don't think it means he
Well,
only
they did
started
lose a
feeling this
football
way.
game because of Garrett Wilson. That was bad.
But yeah, well, I mean but that's what I'm saying. Like there's multiple plays, people, reasons you could blame a loss, but the same way, like I kind of was talking about Tucker with just the confidence is, it's like Aaron Rodgers, I believe in the beginning of the season, it's like you start to lose and you start off a little rocky, and it's like, all right, at the end of the day, I'm Aaron Rodgers, I can get this done.
Yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, I can't
Maybe I don't
get
got
this
it.
done. Now, obviously, it's a lot more intense and there's a lot more pressure as a quarterback.
No, I think that's how it goes. Like fuck.
Well, no, I'm saying like in comparison to a kicker, like it's obviously
Yeah, for sure.
a lot more pressure on them. But
Um,
if you're
but
Justin Tucker, you know what you are capable of. Just how
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers knows what he's capable of.
I don't know. I mean, Tuck should, yeah, he's got to start making field goals regardless of what he knows how to kick field goals, so he just has to get back to wherever the fuck he was and start kicking good field goals. But there might, like, y'all might need to put the pressure on earlier. Start slinging that bitch early. Maybe jump from the game plan that y'all have ran with
I
all
don't
year.
know. I don't say we abandon. We
I'm not
abandon
saying
our.
abandon,
I
but
don't say we
sprinkle in
abandon
some.
our like 25-year identity just
No,
because
I'm not
Tucker
saying that,
can't.
but I'm saying take some shots. Run it a little bit
We
less.
take shots. We take
Run
shots.
run with Lamar a little
No,
bit
no.
more. Do
That's
a
all.
spin move.
That's fully on Lamar. I'm not gonna lie. At this point, you can't blame nobody but Lamar for when he decides
Yeah.
to run or not. I
I
mean,
don't know, but you guys need to start blowing teams out and make this kicker not effective.
I guess, but we've been.
That's much harder said than done.
I was about to say, first of all, like
No, I know.
I mean, we win
No,
games
I
too.
know.
It's like, but I
But
mean,
if a
we're not
kicker
blowing
is
the
going to be
Steelers
what's
out.
holding you guys back, either change your kicker or beat everybody by 40.
We're not beating the Steelers or the Eagles by 40. We
Y'all
can
don't have
beat
to
them.
play the
We're not
Steelers
beating them by
anymore.
40.
Y'all don't got to play the Steelers anymore.
But bro, I'm just saying, like, look at how I don't know.
No, I know. But, like, yes, you need a kicker in those close games against good teams to show the fuck up. I don't know if that guy's Justin Tucker. I don't know. If Harbaugh thinks that it's Tucker, then it's Tucker. I don't know.
But if it's not Tucker, then it's not many other people.
There's other guys in the league who aren't kicking 70% right now.
There's a lot. The kicking in the. I'm just saying
No, I know there's some bad kicking, but
this whole league, this season,
kicking's hard, man.
this whole year, it seems like kicking's been a little shaky. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's been like that for a few years.
McPherson been missing some. For some reason, Young Hoku still got a job.
Jake
It's like,
Elliott missed a bunch.
I mean, bro in Buffalo Bass.
Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely something going on with the kickers, but
but it's
Tucker's
something that
getting it worse.
I mean, we saw a sprinkle of it a little bit last year of Tucker missing a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
at least from 50 plus, 45 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just getting bad with the extra points. Because what the last time he missed, like when he missed that extra point, what was that against the Saints years ago? Where it was like, holy fuck, he hasn't missed an extra point in like 6 years or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. I think so.
but it's like there's been just a slow progression of him missing a few things here and there and whatever. But I don't know. I don't know shit about kicking.
I mean, it's not that hard to talk about. You kick the football.
They do kick a
They
football.
kick the football, and they gotta hope that it goes in between the goalposts. And then if they do that, they're really, really cool. And if they don't do that, after doing it for a decade and being the best at it, yeah, no questions are gonna be asked.
Now it would be a shame if he got cut by y'all and then goes and has another 10-year career like Adam Vinatieri.
Easily could.
Very easily
could, and that's what's probably
that's another thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's no, you definitely have another 10 years in you if you just figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, so you're having a bad year, but figure it the fuck out. You'll be here for 10 years, and you'll be
if he just didn't have the leg anymore.
He's got the leg, dude. He's missing left and right. Yeah,
you could easily you have the strength to drill these 50 plus. Just can you stop? I need you right here. Boom.
Yep.
I need you right. Just
down
boom.
a pipe, brother.
You might forgot what we're talking about, but I'm going with Tampa, over Vegas.
I'm going with Tampa. Yes.
10,000%, and they will take over the South. We got New Orleans versus
Aiden O'Connell's doughboy ass comes in. Have you seen that man?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Kid's got 15 chins and a weird Puerto Rican stash and a whole lot going on. Can we not? We can't talk about Puerto Ricans anymore.
Tony Hinchcliffe can't, but
yeah, it's true. I'm not knocking them. Puerto Rican mustaches are cool.
I mean, it's all right, would you rather have that or 14 chins? I mean, like you said, it's
well, you might have both.
But which one would you rather have?
A Puerto Rican mustache.
Exactly.
Maybe a few chins.
I don't know if I want
he is an NFL quarterback, so I'll take it.
But no, I'm honestly the last 10-15 minutes, I've been looking at this preview for the Raiders-Bucks game, and it's literally just a picture of Aiden O'Connell staring at me.
It's weird.
So no, I definitely see bro, and
he's got a big doughboy body, dude. He's got soggy titties.
But yeah, no, Raiders definitely not winning that game. Maybe Max Crosby is all up in Baker's face a play or two, but
little ass boy.
I ain't worried about it.
Saints, no one cares.
Saints Giants.
God damn, the Saints are terrible.
These games suck.
I wish the Saints gave us something to talk about this year. What are they sitting right now? 5 and 7?
4 and 8.
Oh fuck me. Yeah, no, not a good look for them. It's still Drew Lock or DeVito? Who cares? They both stink.
Yeah, Drew. I mean, give me New Orleans, I guess. I don't.
Yeah.
I truly don't care.
Technically, they still have a shot to win the division. But I doubt it.
Oh my god, they do.
How weird is that? I thought they were. I mean, they went 2-0, and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Look out for the sizzling Saints, and then yeah.
I guess they'll be 5 and 8 though. I think I'll take New Orleans.
I'll take New Orleans. Yeah, not confident, not proud, but
no,
there's bad shit going on in New York that no one wants to see.
And then Jets Dolphins.
Is that the final game of the week?
No.
Okay.
But Jets Dolphins. But I'm just saying more New York shit. And honestly,
yeah.
What about this? I think when it gets to this point in the year, when the Giants are 2-10 and the Jets are 3-9, how about we make this really interesting and we make both of these games, we make all these teams play at the same time at MetLife.
Okay.
And they both start on opposite sides and they meet in the middle and they're playing through. They got to just figure it out.
Like gladiators.
They're interrupting each other's plays. Yeah. It's just an all out brawl because it doesn't matter. These games don't fucking matter.
Neither of them matter.
Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Giants.
No one cares.
You're telling me all
what's
fans...
What's crazy is that the Saints have the most to play for right now.
Yeah, and you're telling me all those fans wouldn't rather see just an all out 4-team war on
A
that field.
walloping.
I mean, come on.
No, I mean honestly, you could have Jets Dolphins in the stadium and then Giants Saints in the parking lot. That'd be fine.
You could have Giants Saints. You could just have like I don't know, like a cornhole tournament at the tailgate before the
Honestly,
game.
you could have a Drew
Um,
Lock led beer pong tournament.
See, that's the thing. Like Drew Lock and DeVito, like they probably like would like lead a frat house, but
Sure,
a team, an offense, I don't
it's
know.
tough.
I don't know.
An offense that's not Mizzou. I don't even know where DeVito went to college.
So I guess I'm going with Miami
Are you?
to beat the Jets. I mean they. Yeah.
I've been waiting them. I've been picking them and waiting for them to win for weeks.
I mean, I told you I'm done.
There's, you know,
I'm done putting any faith week by week into the Jets.
I mean, even Aaron said he said we have nothing to play for now, but just wants to. I don't even know why he's still playing. He needs to.
Yeah, you want to talk about sitting out for nothing?
He needs to sit this season out
Aaron Rodgers could sit the rest of the season out, and it would not offend us.
for sure. It sucks that we put so much effort in that whole fucking Achilles bullshit.
Bro, we spent the last year and a half
Everyone did, man.
talking about the Jets and Aaron Rodgers for a long
Everyone
time,
did,
bro.
dude.
And it did not pan
And he
out
would
well.
come on McAfee's podcast. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna be back by the playoffs. I'm gonna be back by this. I'm gonna be. We're coming in hot. We got a fresh new star. We got a Mr. Bacon, Egg, and Cheese. Fucking Mike Williams. Who gives a shit?
You going? Who you going
Dolphins.
with?
Dolphins.
Going Dolphins. All right. Seahawks, Cardinals.
More important than it sounds.
Definitely 1,000% important. The problem is I can't figure either of these teams out.
No one can really.
I don't like. I guess at this point I have to accept that Seattle is good enough to be better than Arizona.
Are they the same record was 7-6?
7-5, 6-6. Seattle being the 7-5 team. I think at this point, Seattle is probably the hottest. They just were able to knock Arizona off 2 weeks ago, and I think they'll do the same. Surprisingly, Cardinals are favored. That's a little interesting, but I'm going to go with Seattle.
Cardinals favorite.
They probably end up winning the NFC West.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
The Rams aren't beating the Bills. We're about to talk about that. So.
But no, I don't think Seattle's going to run away with it. Maybe the Cardinals are going to come out with a good enough game plan. I'm going to take the Cardinals just for shits and giggies. I mean, I'm not hyped up on either of these teams. So.
Right, Arizona, it is. Buffalo versus the Rams. Nice 6-6 Rams team.
Give me the Rams.
Give me a nice 6-6 Rams. You know, just the most top level teams for Buffalo to play. I mean, there is not a harder schedule this season than what the Buffalo Bills have to go through and endure. I think they're one of the most hard-fought teams in this league. They've had to battle throughout some of playing a West Coast Cali team in a blizzard and the godforsaken Tua-less Dolphins and the downward spiral of the Jets and oh man, they're gonna beat the shit out of the Rams because the Rams suck. There's no reason that we're gonna talk about this game like there's any type of hype. And if the Rams put any type of pressure on the Bills, that's nothing but a bad look for Buffalo. I don't want to hear Bills fans gassing this win up. It means absolutely nothing. It's another 6-6 bullshit, 500 or less record team they are going to be able to beat. Good job.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I will say that I think the Bills are going to win, but like I said before last week, if this Rams team can find a way to use these receivers, throw the ball, they can maybe attack that shit dick secondary they got out there in Buffalo.
Oh, you mean on DeMar Hamlin? Are you
Is he
telling me
not
they're?
injured?
Are you telling me?
Is everyone back there not injured?
Are you telling me DeMar Hamlin's not getting an interception from the skybox?
He might be,
Come on
but
now, Buffalo
no,
all
yeah,
day.
I think that the Juggernaut can break through a little bit, but again, that Rams defense isn't very good either. So
It's not. Bears Niners.
Jesus Christ, what are we doing?
The problem is the fact that I gotta I guess take the Niners.
I know.
Why am I going? I should not be
Why am I
going
thinking
to.
about taking the fucking Bears right now?
I'm considering taking Chicago, and we discussed their bad luck this season, but
I mean, who are we looking at? We're looking at Debo and Kittle. No Jordan Mason, no Christian, no Ayuk. Do we have Brock Purdy?
no, we shouldn't. Let me look up. You want me to pull up the injuries? Let me pull up
Yes.
every single injury for San Fran. San Fran injury report. Here we go. San Francisco 49ers injury status. We got Trent Williams out. Jordan Mason out. Nick Bosa doubtful. Dre Greenlaw obviously out with the Achilles. Christian McCaffrey injured reserved. Listed questionable ahead of Sunday's matchup against the Bears, but Hufanga is now put on injured reserved. Golly. Yeah.
I forgot about Trent. Trent had a issue.
They're cooked, and you go back and look more. I mean, just the lack of. I mean, Brandon Ayuk still. I mean,
Yeah, I have Kittle on my fantasy team. After every game, he's questionable. He always plays, but he's always questionable.
I don't know.
I'm taking the Bears. They got a new head coach or an interim head coach. Coming off a game they felt they should have had a chance to compete in. I don't know. I
DJ
mean, this
Moore,
this this is their best time to beat a San Francisco 49ers team.
DJ Moore, and DeAndre Swift both questionable.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Nah, give me San Fran.
is Purdy playing? That
Purdy's
doesn't
playing.
change
Yeah.
anything either.
Purdy's playing. Yes, it
I don't know.
fucking does. It obviously, we talked about this. He's at least better than Brandon Allen.
That is true.
It definitely matters.
He is better than Brandon.
I'm gonna take San Fran though. I will say from the bottom of my heart, I do not care about this game at all.
Neither do I. I do not care. I'm just gonna keep fucking my record. Who cares? Give me the Bears.
Give you the Bears. All right. Chargers, Chiefs.
What are we doing?
Sunday night. Oh fuck, dude! I gotta listen.
Prime time.
I'm out. I'm listening.
I gotta listen to Chris.
On mute, bro. That game is on mute.
Wait, no, is Chris Sunday night or Monday night? He's Sunday night.
Is you talking about Chris Collinsworth? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Sunday
that's
night
Sunday.
football.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Fuck,
sitting there.
man.
It's gonna.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no, he is licking his lips, ready to predict this game. Or to commentate on this game. I'm not listening to that game at all. Yeah. So Kansas City's gonna be 16-1. Not really.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay.
I'm tired of this.
Okay. Yeah.
If we look at both teams, I think this Chargers team can spank this shit out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think defensively they can get it done. I think they've got a good defense.
If JK magically hops off of IR,
that'd be cool.
maybe.
But Gus is still there. Gus is still alive.
If he magically decides to be off of IR, maybe we could talk about it. Gus, A, been banged up all year. B, didn't really do much. It hasn't really. I don't know.
But here's the thing: every other team we talk about players. We don't talk about players with the Chiefs. We don't talk about the impact of Xavier Worthy, the impact of Juju Smith-Schuster, the way Noah Gray's playing, the way
you talk
fucking
about. I mean, you
Travis
can
Kelsey's
definitely
playing.
talk about the impact of like Noah Gray, D Hop. I mean, you could definitely talk about the impact of it.
I know, but I don't know.
I know. I know we don't know. We're stupid, Devin. We're
I
dumb. We
am
don't.
stupid,
We
especially
don't.
when we're playing in we're talking about an NFL season that is really pushing the narrative. I there
He's a
was that one
narrative
dude who
pusher.
send me all those used to send me all those videos of that dude. He would do like the quarterback room things with himself.
Oh, benchwarmer Ben.
Whatever his name is.
Benchwarmer
Yeah.
Ben. No, yeah,
He
he's
was
funny.
like, yeah, Josh Allen is the odds on favorite by a lot. They're like, why? Because the narrative.
Oh,
And why is Patrick Mahomes still in it? The narrative.
the
Um,
narrative.
so yeah, the narrative is going to be pushed, but I'm anti-narrative. I don't even know what a narrative
Um,
is.
I'm anti-narrative. And then we're ending the week with a brutal Monday Night Football game.
You shitting me?
Uh, Bengals Cowboys.
It's the Simpsons Bowl.
It's the Simpsons Bowl, which I will look for. I will look into that. I am gonna watch it in Simpsons mode. There's no way I'm not. Dude, come on, be real.
I never watched the Simpsons.
Come on, but I'm just saying, like, we're gonna be able to watch the game played in Springfield.
They did it with what? SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. It was tough. I mean, the fact that they were able to actually keep up with it,
Yes,
I'm watching it. I don't care.
it's cool. But
It's
what
Bengals.
if they did this? What if they like AI'd it into making it a good football game? That'd be cool. That'd be nice.
I'm definitely gonna watch this game in Simpsons mode. There's no question. Um, I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I mean,
I'm taking Cincinnati.
there's no
There's no
fucking
hope left in this
question.
Cowboys team. No one cares. But yeah, I think this is an opportunity for Cincy to prove they got a good offense. But again, the defense stinks. So
And isn't
they
it crazy that Dallas still has a better record than them?
shame,
Big shame, big shame. So if Cincinnati
shame.
wins, they'll have the same record.
Cincinnati has had a bitch of a season. Though.
Yeah, they have. I'm sorry. Like I usually
Like
like
I really was shitting on Cincy for a while, but they don't deserve this.
honestly for
This is
years.
brutal.
No,
For
I don't care. Like no, like definitely like I'm definitely with you on like the like you had me at one point where you're like, all right, we get it. Y'all made a Super Bowl.
yeah,
Y'all haven't. And it's like no, yeah, it's like we get it. Like y'all made a Super Bowl. Y'all gonna have to eat this season.
agreed.
You're just gonna have to eat this. Like
Yeah,
I don't
eat it,
really.
bro.
Kind of like Philly last year. You know,
Yeah,
like what they
take one
were
on
like
the
9
chin,
and
dude.
8. Just gonna have to.
Yeah,
You just got to eat that one.
yeah, take it.
Um,
Lose the playoff game to the Bucks.
but yeah, that wraps up the Week 14 preview. You know what I want to talk about?
M Night Shyamalan.
No, uh, a player who thought it'd be a good idea to sit out a game because he didn't get enough targets,
Bro.
and then think he wasn't going to catch a 1-game suspension at the very least. Now,
At the least.
we're talking about Diontae Johnson, obviously, for the Baltimore Ravens, if anybody
Yeah. What a
is.
fucking shit show this has been.
But
The second you guys go out and get a mid-level receiver, you get shit on.
I realized, but I forgot who said it, but there's one good reason as to why he's only being suspended. Because I was sitting here going, man, we are the Baltimore Ravens. Like,
Yeah.
we have
Get rid of this
never put up
motherfucker.
for some shit like this. Like,
No.
he needs to go. And you know why he's not going? It's because we don't need a playoff contender picking him up. Because if Diontae Johnson gets cut and then joins the Chiefs, he turns into a fucking animal.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
yeah, you know what?
Hold
You
him.
want to play this game where
Yeah. Don't play.
you want to sit
Yeah,
out.
sit
You want
out.
to sit out after not making anything out of the few targets you got on
Yep.
a team that's known to not value their receivers in the slightest. Finally,
Yeah.
have a couple targets that they can rely on and not have to care about anything else. And if they have to, they'll throw it to Nelson Aguilar. Fuck it,
Yeah.
we'll do it. We'll
Yeah.
do it. We got 2 tight ends we're gonna throw it to before we throw. We got 3 tight ends we're gonna throw it to before we throw it to you. We
Yep.
got a fullback that we
We
got
got
that's
a
gonna make.
we got a fullback. We got a running back.
We got we got
We're
we
throwing
got
it to everybody.
bro. You came to the wrong team expecting the most targets of your career. I mean,
Yeah.
this ain't happening. You came to this team to help us
This
win.
is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson throws the ball 25 times max,
I
or
mean,
35
it's
times
just
max.
and look, this like I said, it's Baltimore Ravens. If you get the ball thrown to you twice, make something out of it. I mean, Zay had 3 catches for 75 yards.
Yeah.
Be mad. I don't know
Yep.
what else to say. So
Yeah.
sit
No,
out.
I don't get the sitting out, especially in a game like this. Like I don't know why you're sitting out against the Eagles.
Well, I
But
don't.
yeah,
Well, it's like okay, so you weren't a factor when you were on the field. So were you sitting out and us losing supposed to prove that you were a factor? Like for us losing, like he hasn't been a factor this year yet. So him
no,
sitting out didn't really prove anything. Like
no,
I don't think Diontae Johnson would have helped us. Would have been the reason we would have won. Him playing wouldn't have changed the outcome of that game.
no. But it is incredibly smart of you guys to
Just
hold
suspend
on to
him.
this man.
So yeah,
Honestly, suspend him indefinitely and never play him.
you want to be a fucking idiot
Yeah.
and try to
Be a bum.
take down this team morale or ruin the chemistry. You can
Be a
sit in the
bum.
corner in the locker room in your street
Cry
clothes and
about it.
not play. I
Yep.
don't care. And I'm a fan of Deontay. And I've always
No,
fucked
yeah,
with
you
bro,
were.
but
I like the move. You like the move.
and
A lot of people in Baltimore like the move,
I mean
but
I liked him when he was a Steeler, and I was really excited for him to join this team, and he's a douchebag.
sucks.
So hey, it is what it is, but he's ours. He's ours to
And
keep
it's
this
such a
season.
sad thing to like. You can't come out and be like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it, so I sat out. It's like, you know how disrespectful that is to a lot of NFL players
Yeah,
who like
a lot.
who are trying hard to play in football games. You're like, yeah, I'm not. I don't feel like playing. I got thrown the ball 3 times and didn't do anything.
That's fine. We have Tylon Wallace. Like
Like, dead ass, dude.
we'll
Yeah,
we'll be okay. Like
send it to him.
we'll throw it to anybody. We don't
Yeah,
need we. I promise you, the Baltimore Ravens don't need Diontae Johnson.
no.
So yeah. All
I
right.
mean, it would have been a cool piece to have for a dude who's like, there's no fucking receiver on this team who's getting the ball more than fucking 4, 5 times max, 6 times max.
Yeah, you gonna get
So I don't know
5.
if he's expecting 10, 15 fucking targets. He's not getting them.
Dude, he's not getting 8.
He's not getting 4.
He's not getting 8 targets.
Let him get 3 or 4. Who cares? But
But
take your 3 or 4 and fuck
Deuce,
off.
you gotta make something out of that. Yeah, you
Exactly.
can't drop 2 passes and then sit out because you didn't get enough fucking targets. It's like I'm sorry that Lamar's playing his first, second game with you and isn't used to playing with you. And you're brand new and you're not you don't know the I don't know. It's just bro is just he's a drama queen and receivers are known the best for doing this dramatic shit. So you know what?
But then it's like you got a dude like Nelson Aguilar who was kicked off of fucking 4 teams for sucking shit, and then pops up here and has played all right. Well, nah, there was
That's
the
what I'm
whole
saying.
fucking Nelly's got no hands for fucking
Yeah,
6 years
yeah.
on
I
four
get
different
you, but
teams.
I mean, I don't know. He's wasting his time. He's wasting his
Deadass, yeah.
time fully.
Good for him.
Have you heard? Have you heard of the fall off?
Of Harvey Weinstein,
LeBron James.
the fall off of LeBron James.
The fall
Wait,
off of LeBron James, Devin.
is it? Is it here?
The public is worried. The
Really?
public is afraid. The public is starting to doubt the longevity of almost 40-year-old LeBron James.
All right. Why? All right. Okay. There's no. You can't doubt the longevity of a dude who's
They're doubting it.
he's. No one else is playing till
They're
they're
doubting.
40. He's he's he doesn't need to prove anything else to anybody.
No.
He's there.
Yes, he does. He has to prove it so much that he feels like he has to play all 82 games.
But here's the thing: it's like even like a subdued version of LeBron is better than 90% of the league. Not this one. This is bad.
Look, I was joking about the fall off, but this run for LeBron has been absolutely atrocious.
Really? I don't know.
So
I saw a little thing where they were just mocking him for
so at
breaking.
first I was like, it's like 4 game stretch. He goes 0 for 19 from three. I'm like, ugh, that's that's
Stinky.
rough. I'm like, all right, 4 game stretch, and then I was like, let me take it back. Let me look at his last good shooting performance, which was November like 8th,
Mm.
and I looked at it, and since where is it at? Where since wants to play all 82 games. We're shooting. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I wrote it down on this side. Um, since November 8th, from the 3-point line, he's been 18 for 72. This is listed as LeBron's worst shooting stretch since his rookie year.
Dang.
Now I will say, he just came off of a loss against Atlanta that went to overtime. He had 39 points, shot 6 for 11 from three, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals. It's still LeBron James. I think the biggest problem is you had JJ Redick coming in, and he was letting LeBron decide, hey, I'm 40, and I'm going to prove to the league that I can play all 82 games. And just this past week, JJ Redick came out and said, yeah, that might not be the best idea. Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing about an NBA coach. You probably should have known that before the season and not waited till LeBron's worst stretch since, his rookie year 20 years ago, in terms of shooting. You probably should have already known that you should have, you need to have LeBron on some type of sitting schedule, some
Sure.
type of rotation. And he's even to the point where LeBron is starting to acknowledge, he's like, yeah, maybe I don't need to play all 82 games.
LeBron might be the reason that the league gets less games. Like if LeBron continues to play,
Mm-hmm.
like
Well,
that would
yeah,
be the
it's
only
like,
reason that they would bring down. It would be for LeBron.
no, I
They're like,
honestly,
here, LeBron, you can play a full season. It's 48 games.
I don't know. I think it's the opposite. It's like, guys, LeBron can play a full season. Y'all got to stop bitching.
That's true. But at
But
the same time, nobody's watching all these fucking games.
very true. But a lot of people are sitting here saying, "Oh, LeBron. It's LeBron's fault. It's LeBron's the reason the Lakers are losing games and all this." And I would have to strongly disagree and say, instead of LeBron being the problem, I think the bigger problem is that 40-year-old LeBron feels that he needs to play all 82 games.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot deeper than, oh, I need to prove that I can do this at this age. Because, like you said, there's no reason he needs to prove it. I think he may feel in his heart that it's like, no, I gotta, like, I mean, bro has not seen success since the bubble.
You know.
I mean, he has not seen much success at all since the bubble.
And they've just they've held on so tightly to this LeBron AD connection and this LeBron, I guess, running the point for the most part. Um, they've tried a few things, but nothing real. I don't know. It's a weird situation. Like I get it. They're going to try to win something, but it's a weird situation to thrive in, especially with the rest of the league doing
But
their thing.
I mean, you just look at a game like Atlanta. It's like you knock 20 games off of LeBron's season, and you still have the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you make him play all 82 games. Yeah, he might go on longer stretches of poor shooting or whatever. But
But also, he's 40.
yeah,
Maybe we can actually start treating LeBron like LeBron, and maybe they would put better pieces around him
no,
if we treated him like a 40-year-old man.
yeah,
Vince Carter at this age was lucky to put up 7 points a week.
I would understand that, but you can't turn around and drop 40, 10, and 10,
True.
and then go. Yep, this might be it for me. It's like, no, you're waiting for Bryce. Stop fucking acting like you're going anywhere. You're not going
yeah.
anywhere. Um,
Pretty
but
soon, his daughter's gonna hit the league.
maybe
He'll still
who
be there.
shit. Who knows? Either way, I do think there's a lot more to it if this team had better players that don't need to rely on a 4-year-old LeBron to play every game. Then
Yeah.
obviously that'd be a lot better. And
And that
maybe
white boy hype, dude. That Austin Reeves bullshit hype.
I mean it's definitely more Dalton hype right now than
No, I know right now, but that
Austin hype, but
Austin Reeves hype from years ago was the same shit as the fucking Tyler Hero's a god type of hype. And it's
Caruso.
just,
Well, I
it's
mean,
whatever.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like Austin Reeves, like, oh yeah, replace him and you got it. But I'm just saying, it's like,
No. I'm saying it's like there's some dudes on this team who need to step up and start acting like I don't know, a reasonable star.
like, no, I think for 10% of this, for 10% of the year, JJ Redick should be able to figure it out with a lineup of AD, Austin Reeves, D'Lo, Hachi. Like, you should be
Connect.
able to figure it
Yeah,
out. Like,
yeah.
you definitely do not need LeBron playing all 82 games. There's no
Yeah.
reason.
And the games
Um,
that LeBron plays, they need to make sure are better. Like you can't have a tired ass LeBron thrown out there.
But like if you have if you're going on this stretch where you lose 3 straight games and LeBron's on, LeBron's having 3 bad nights shooting, it's like, yeah, maybe you really need a win to get going, or give that rest for LeBron and he come back and drop 40, 10, and 10. Now, still lost against the Atlanta Hawks.
Hmm.
If it was the Falcons, probably would have won, but Atlanta Hawks.
Yes.
But I mean, you just obviously look at a game like that and go, okay, it ain't LeBron, and we knew that, but we were a little worried. But I think we're pretty sure it's not LeBron.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I guess we'll have to just wait and see because it's still only December, so there's not really. I'm not
Yeah.
putting.
When it comes to LeBron struggling, I don't care. Like he'll be fine. The problem is like when LeBron is playing well, how good is this Lakers team even?
Yeah, and I mean, let me get LeBron in the playoffs, and then we can start talking about it, or whatever moves the Lakers are gonna make at the deadline. But right now,
Like when LeBron shows up, the rest of that team needs to show up.
hundred
Because
percent.
if that's the only way that they're gonna win, then they need to lock the fuck in.
Yeah, no, if they're gonna go
You,
into
you,
overtime, and
you can't be wasting the LeBron 40-point triple double.
they did,
You
that's
can,
exactly what
but
they did.
yeah,
But with all that being said, we talked Thursday night football. Dan Campbell, is he the best coach in the league? Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Week 14 games. Some of them are cool. Some of them suck. Some of these week 14 games suck. Just being honest. Diontae Johnson's an idiot. LeBron might be falling off. He might not be.
LeBron ain't going
LeBron
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere. Because we are very anti-narrative around here. I guess with all that being said, Devin, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Um, I mean, I'm anti-stupid, but then I realize that most of the shit I say is pretty stupid. Um, I did pick the Bears. I
You did pick.
don't know.
Yeah, you did pick
The
Chicago.
NFL is fun. Hopefully, Washington wins the Super Bowl and the Bills can cry. It would be nice if we beat the Bills.
In a Super Bowl.
Yeah, a little rematch action. Yeah, that'd be
That I
nice.
mean, that would
That would
that
feel
would
nice for me.
that would make my year.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, that would everything we've endured this regular season. I mean, it'd be worth. Obviously, for you, it'd be worth it. But me,
Yeah.
as a fan of neither teams, absolutely worth it. Yeah, give me that all day. I'll take that. I'll take that matchup. But with all that being said, we'll be back on what fucking day? We'll be back on Tuesday to talk about
Tuesday.
all of these games. What went down in all of these Week 14 matchups. Maybe some more off the record. Maybe these championship games on Saturday are good enough to talk about or review, or maybe it's just a whole bunch of more stupid ass fights. Brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Tuesday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Don't listen to Dave Blunts.